Hello everyone, it's the Metal Geek. How y'all doing? As you all know, I am a retro gamer and a retro collector, but admittedly, even I didn't own every single system as I grew up. And one of the systems I did miss was this one. But now, I have just recently come into owning the PSP, the PlayStation Portable. Now I have to admit, at the time that the PlayStation Portable came out, I was a little disenchanted with Sony. It was well known that at that time, the PlayStation 2 was having a lot of issues, especially with discrete errors. A lot of this would be corrected in later models of the PlayStation 2, but I had already become just a little bit too disenchanted at that time. Even though I would eventually go on to own a PlayStation 2, I never really did jump at the PlayStation Portable. To say the very least, I have regretted it over the years never picking one up. Especially for me, an RPG lover, I love RPGs and the PlayStation Portable has some great RPGs on it. But now that I have the PlayStation Portable in hand, what do I think about it? Well, I kind of need to own games for that, and, well, up until today, I didn't actually own any games. I got the system a few days back, but didn't have anything to really play at first. So, I did what anybody would do. Went to Amazon and I ordered a few. Well, two to be exact. I ordered Breath of Fire 3, which I have played before on the PlayStation 1, and Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 7, which is one of the only few Final Fantasy games I haven't played up to this date other than the online games. So, without further ado, let's open these games up and see how they play. Let's open up Breath of Fire 3 first, because again, I have played it, but I've never completed it. And I do know that the PSP version is a European copy, so I want to make sure it's going to play on the PSP. I do know the PSP is not region locked, but I just want to try this one out first, make sure everything's going to be on the up and up and play well. Yeah, I love these wrappers, always a little difficult to get off. And now that we open it up, UMD, big surprise, right? There's a UMD inside of a UMD box. And we have the instruction manual over here, and we may take a look at that later, but not so sure yet. Okay, so let's actually try this game out. Pop this open, slide the game in, and it's a little too bright in here, too much of a glare on the screen. You can see the reflection. Again, if you are seeing reflections here, sorry about that. So, hey, let's move off to a darker room so I can record this. I don't really have fancy capture equipment, so I can't really capture the video in that way, shape, or form. So I have to kind of record it right off the camera. So now that we're in a darker room, you should be able to see the screen a lot better. Again, we're starting off with Breath of Fire 3, and already I'm loving how this screen is so vibrant. And again, I have played the PlayStation Portable in the past, but not that much, and on top of that, it's been years since I've played it, so it's actually kind of a surprise to see how vibrant this screen actually is. It's really nice. And I'm also loving the fact that this game is actually playing in my PSP, so yay, definitely not region locked. I love that, so I can actually import, and there are some great games that never made it over to the US, so I'm going to be enjoying this one for a while. But let's not get too heavy into it at this point, because again, I might do reviews on the games later down the line, but for now, let's just take a look at Final Fantasy 7, or actually Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7. So here's Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7. Let's pop this thing open, put the game in, and let's move off to our darker room, see how this looks. Yep, no surprise here. Square Enix is doing cutscenes. Yeah, FMV cutscenes on Final Fantasy 7 games. Color me super surprised! But it's beautiful. It really shows off the PSP screen again. It's a very beautiful screen. Sure, it's not high def. This was well before high def was a thing. Or at least, you know, a big thing. But it's beautiful. It's actually really nice looking. It's just it pops. It's very vibrant. So, again, not really going to get into the gameplay here. Just trying to see if everything's working, see if everything is fine. I might do a review of the games later, like I said before. But this is more of just a test play, just to see how everything's working. Again, I've had the PSP in my possession for 3 or 4 days, but I haven't had any games to really try out on it. So this is kind of what this video is about. It's kind of like just a first impression look at it. So far, really impressed. Okay, let's just take like a few seconds here, not to dwell on it too long, but I really just want to look at the packaging for the PSP games. I really like the packaging for PSP games. It's like mini DVD boxes. I love the instruction manual that comes with Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, and I really do like the overall look of the packaging for Breath of Fire 3. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on that, but I really thought it would be nice to bring that up real quick. So yeah, guys, the PSP. Again, I can't really say too much as to why I skipped it the first time. I was just a little disenchanted with Sony at that time. I really wish I hadn't skipped past the PSP, but I have a chance to play all these games now for the first time. It'll be like a brand new system for me. I can get my retro game on here, guys, and it'll be all new to me. It's not even like I've played most of these games before. Again, Breath of Fire 3, sure, but Crisis Core, no. And there's a lot of other games out there that I could really try that I never really got the chance to try before, especially in the RPG level. So this is the Metal Geek, guys, saying have a great one. I hope you all had a good New Year this year. Just to let you know, I got some original content coming out over 2017, hopefully quite a bit more. And keep checking in, guys. I appreciate all the support that you guys gave me in 2016 and before that. I really hope you guys are sticking around for 2017 and beyond. And, well, stay tuned. Have a great one, guys.